Some habits look like harmless routines on the surface, but underneath, they're hiding a brutal psychological abyss. Chronic depression isn't always easy to spot as uncontrollable crying. Sometimes it disguises itself as something much darker and more unsettling. Your mind shuts down. You turn into a robot that breathes and gets through the day, but is completely empty on the inside. No energy, no drive, nothing to look forward to. And the worst part? Your brain is so deceiving that it convinces you apathy is your real personality. But it's not. This isn't about who you are, it's a sign that something is off. And today I'm going to reveal 10 normal habits that are actually hidden signs of chronic depression. So stick around, subscribe, hit the bell, and leave a like, because this is the stuff almost nobody says out loud. Let's get into it. Let's jump straight to number 10. Personal hygiene turns into a constant, exhausting negotiation. Showering stops feeling like a refreshing routine and starts feeling like a massive, almost impossible task. Brushing your teeth gets pushed off indefinitely, and clean clothes become a deal-with-it-later problem. This isn't about laziness or being a messy person. It's a complete absence of drive. And because nobody sees that internal struggle, you normalize it until one day you realize you've been running on empty for weeks. And that shame works like a poison that shuts you down even more. It's not that you genuinely don't care, it's that everything feels like an uphill battle. Try this. Lower the bar to what's actually doable. Just do one small thing. Rinse your face, change your shirt, brush your teeth for 30 seconds. When the goal is to break the zero, not to be perfect. Say, I did one thing today. That tiny win teaches your brain that progress is real. And that brings us to number 9. You keep your home in permanent dimness. Curtains shut, lights low, avoiding sunlight at all costs. It's because light demands energy from you. It demands that you be seen, that you move, that you exist. Darkness feels like the only place where nobody expects anything from you. But when it becomes a habit, your mood starts to dim too. Your mind connects a brightness with exposure and exposure with exhaustion. And when someone opens a window, your first instinct is to close it. Not out of preference, but out of self-protection. Try this. Open just one curtain for 5 minutes a day. Why? It's not about being positive. It's about giving your body a simple signal that it's daytime. If 5 minutes feels like too much today, start with 1. Consistency is the goal. But stay with me, because number 8 is all physical. Your body moves without drive, like you're walking underwater. You move slowly, your posture slumps, and anything physical feels like climbing a steep hill. It's not a lack of discipline. It's that the energy just doesn't reach your muscles. This is called psychomotor retardation. Depression literally slows down the signals your brain sends to your body. It's neurological, not motivational. Chronic depression lives in the body too. It makes you feel heavy, even on days that should feel easy. And when you feel heavy, you judge yourself. And that judgment drains even more of your mental energy. And try this tip. Don't look for motivation. Look for minimal movement. 2 minutes of walking around your home or outside with no particular destination. Just move until your body gets the signal. I can actually do this. Then stop. That's the key. Stop before it feels like punishment. A little done consistently will always beat a lot done occasionally. Now let's get to number 7. Life's maintenance tasks pile up and become completely overwhelming. Replacing shampoo, responding to a text, paying a small bill. It's not laziness, it's quiet overload. A depressed mind avoids tasks that don't offer an immediate reward, and suddenly the smallest things become an insurmountable mountain. There's this invisible list following you around. The trash, the fridge, the sheets, the laundry. Well, none of it is huge on its own, but all together, it crushes you. Try the one thing rule. Today you do only one maintenance task, the easiest one. If you do more, great. If not, that's okay too. Toss one bag of trash, wash one cup, pay one thing. Your sense of self starts to shift through small actions. But listen closely, because this next habit hits directly at your senses. Number 6. There are days when life loses its flavor. It's not that you don't like food anymore. It's that your brain stops registering pleasure. You eat, you fill up, but the taste doesn't do anything for you. You used to add hot sauce, lime, seasoning. Now you couldn't care less. So you eat just to survive. Not because you enjoy it. This has a clinical name, anhedonia, the loss or reduction of the ability to feel pleasure. It's like your reward system turns the volume all the way down. Things that used to excite you feel completely flat. And it doesn't stop at food. You notice it in your desire too. Less interest in the intimacy, less spark, less drive. It's not that you don't love your partner or that you've gone cold. It's that your body stops seeking reward. And because it's embarrassing, you cover it up with, "I'm just tired." When pleasure fades, even the basics start to feel heavy. If this has been going on for weeks and it's affecting your life, talking to a professional isn't being dramatic. It's taking care of your mind. And tell me, have you been relating to any of this so far? If so, give the video a like and subscribe. It's a small gesture that helps this message reach other people who, like you might think this is just laziness and not something deeper. Let's keep going. Number 5, your world shrinks without you realizing it. You keep going to the same 2 or 3 places, talk to fewer people, and life becomes a loop of coming and going. Not because you hate everyone, but because socializing has become incredibly costly for you. This is called social withdrawal, and it's self-reinforcing. The less you engage, the harder engagement becomes. And the tricky thing is, isolation doesn't always feel sad. Sometimes it feels like relief, which is exactly why it's so easy to get hooked on it. Try this. Expand your world by just an inch. 1 new place every 2 weeks, even if it's just a different store. Walk in, look around, walk out. No pressure to interact. And that brings us to number 4. Your voice fades and you start talking on autopilot. You answer with, "Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter." Not because you don't care, but because having a conversation feels incredibly heavy. Putting thoughts into words, reacting with emotion, all of that takes resources you just don't have. So you go with the shortest answer to save what little you've got. Sometimes you avoid long conversations altogether because you don't want to have to perform. Try this tip. Add just 1 real word to your responses. Instead of fine, say drained. Instead of doesn't matter, say I'd rather keep it simple. That tiny detail brings you back to yourself. Just say 1 small truth, but heads up, the next habit is a sneaky one. Just number 3, you lose your own opinions and call it being easygoing. This one hides in plain sight because everyone around you thinks you're flexible, easy to be with, low maintenance. Someone asks what you want and you say whatever. What do you like? Doesn't matter. What music? Anything. On the surface it looks laid back, but on the inside it's pure apathy. It's not that you're easygoing, it's that nothing feels worth the effort of wanting it. When nothing excites you, everything feels the same. And that might sound like maturity, but it's actually a shutdown. Over time, if you never choose, you stop knowing yourself. Reclaim 1 preference a day, even the tiniest one. Today I want tea. I like that song. I want to go to bed early. Just 1. Don't argue it. Just declare it. Start reigniting your sense of self. If you can't feel anything, choose based on what's good for you. Today I'll go with whatever takes care of me. That counts too. Now we move to number 2. You live in old memories as a refuge. You reread old messages, scroll through old photos, go back to old playlists and think, back then things were good. This isn't sweet nostalgia, it's escape. It's not that the past was perfect, it's that the present feels unbearable. When the present feels too heavy, your mind looks for a place that doesn't hurt as much. The problem is, you end up living in the rearview mirror, and today becomes a hallway with no light. You lie there staring at the ceiling, mentally living in a specific year, longing for a version of yourself you can no longer feel, and it hurts, but it also becomes familiar. Bring yourself an anchor to the present without fighting the memory. Pick 1 object that exists right now, a plant, a mug, a notebook. Touch it and notice 3 real details about it. It's not magic, it's training your mind to come back. Then do 1 small present tense action. Wash a dish, open a window, make your bed. Be in the present with your body, not just your thoughts. And finally, the quietest one of all. Number 1, the future goes blank. It's not that you're being pessimistic. It's that you genuinely cannot picture yourself doing okay 6 months from now. And everything becomes, what's even the point? This is one of the most silent signs of chronic depression. It doesn't scream sadness. It just erases the horizon. That's not a character flaw. That's a symptom. 1 concrete plan for tomorrow. Wash your sheets. I walk for 10 minutes. Make something simple to eat. The future comes back when your body learns to trust small steps again. If this feels like too much, talking to a professional doesn't make you weak. It gives you a way forward. And if you're having thoughts of hurting yourself, please reach out for help immediately in your country. Your mind doesn't need more pressure, it needs direction. Asking for help takes real courage. How many of these did you relate to? Drop the numbers in the comments so we know we're not alone in this. If you want a part 2 where I uncover even more hidden signs of chronic depression, comment part 2. And if this is all starting to feel like too much, talking to a professional or someone you trust doesn't make you weak. It gives you a way forward. If you're having thoughts of hurting yourself, please reach out for help immediately in your country. Your mind doesn't need more pressure, it needs direction, and yes, asking for help takes real courage. See you next time.